Well, I never knew chess could be so intense. I just saw Pawn Sacrifice, which stars Tobey Macguire as Bobby Fischer, who was a guy from Brooklyn, New York, who was a chess prodigy. He wanted to become the youngest guy to win the chess world championship, and basically he was obsessed with playing the Russians and taking down the Russians in chess, and yeah, I guess kind of a bit of a patriot in a way, but it basically is all about a biopic of him rising to the top of the chess world and then playing the Russians and never really being able to beat the Russians, and then basically how he wanted to become the world champion of chess and take down the damn Russians and take down the Soviets, and for the most part I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I mean, it was definitely a very good movie. There's a little bit of issues I have with it, but I'll start with the positives. The acting, ooh man, Tobey Macguire, he was magnificent as Bobby Fischer, man. He just, he became Bobby Fischer, man. He became this crazy, obsessed guy that just was so obsessed with this chess, and he was so obsessed with the idea that the Russians were trying to sabotage him and trying to bring him down, and man, it was awesome to watch his performance. And then Peter Sarsgaard was awesome in this thing too, and I mean, really, the acting all around, I don't have any issues with any of the acting. The guy that played Boris Sabsky, or however the hell you say his name, he was really, really great too. So all around, I thought the acting was magnificent. The storyline, pretty damn interesting, I gotta say. I never thought chess could be that interesting, but it takes a really cool, well, not cool, but it takes a very interesting, very entertaining, side to this whole thing, man. It was very, very engaging. I guess the right word that I would use would be enthralling or compelling. I mean, it was just really, you were so interested in how he was going to do this and how, he was so obsessed with doing it, and it was really interesting, really, really interesting. The problems that I kind of have with this movie is I feel like it was kind of slow-paced in a way. It wasn't really this, like, fast, super, on the edge of your seat, thrilling chess, I mean, it just felt a little slow at points, and it felt like at some points it became a little flat, especially there was, just some scenes that were kind of like there, and it was almost like they weren't needed to be there. And some of the dialogue between the characters became a little flat, a little stale at points, but I don't know, it just seemed a little slow paced to me. And another thing, the ending, I mean, the ending's good, and I mean, it makes sense obviously, but I don't know, it wasn't as hard hitting as I thought it would have been. It was a little predictable, I will say that. It's definitely a little bit of a predictable ending, but the thing is like, it just wasn't as hard hitting. It was kind of underwhelming to me, and it was, I don't know, we just went through this whole intense chess match, and it was like, okay, I guess, cool, I don't know, it was just a little underwhelming. But, I mean, for the most part, though, yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's definitely something worth checking out. Tobey Macguire, I mean, really, it's worth checking out just for Tobey Macguire and his performance. That was awesome. The storyline's pretty interesting. Definitely some intense moments with the chess, no question about that. Seriously, I never thought chess could be that intense. Wow, really intense. But yeah, it was a good movie. It was an interesting story. I'm glad I got to learn a little bit about Bobby Fischer here. Another thing too, like, I have no idea about anything related to chess. I don't know how to play chess. I don't know the rules. You're watching this and you're kind of learning a little bit. You kind of, if you're somebody like me who has no idea what chess, anything about chess, you kind of get to learn a little bit about it. It's really cool, and then you get to learn this, you get to learn about Bobby Fischer, and I don't know, it was interesting. But for me, the movie, it's good, but it's not a standout. It's nothing that I can sit here and praise and say, yeah, best movie I've seen all year or anything. But it is a good movie. It's interesting. It's got really great performances and definitely some intense moments, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I can't say it's a knockout, but I will give it a 4 out of 5. I'll give Pawn Sacrifice a 4 out of 5. Definitely worth checking out. I can definitely recommend it to you. And yeah, I think even if you don't know anything about chess, go into it, because it's still, you're going to learn some things about chess, and you're going to figure some things out. It's a good movie. It's a good movie, but it's not a standout movie by any means, but I did enjoy it, and I can definitely recommend it to you. So there you go. Pawn Sacrifice gets a 4 out of 5. Alright, thanks for watching. The next review, it's probably most likely going to be The Martian. I would pretty much bet some money that it's going to be The Martian be my next review. So you get that next week. So in the meantime, yeah, definitely go check out Pawn Sacrifice. I definitely can recommend that to you. So there you go, 4 out of 5. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.